Hi, I'm Wilna Furstenberg, and I just want to show you the face behind a funny talking voice. Welcome to a brand new series called In the Mood to Scrap. In this series, a few garden girls and myself will be making mood boards, which is just a collection of images, and we're going to show you how to draw inspiration from it and make a scrapbook page. And I think it's going to be amazingly creative and inspiring, and the girls that's on this little team with me is so amazing and wonderful scrapbookers. I think it's just going to be fantastic. So welcome to the class. I hope you participate in the challenges where you are eligible to win a $10 gift certificate once a month. They're going to draw a name, and I hope you are inspired and excited as we are. And Happy New Year! So this month's mood board that I created started with the quote from Henri Matisse that says creativity takes courage, and that led to some quotes about being strong, which led to some black and white images. And then I came on the thought of being at the first page of the year doing a self-portrait. So I looked at some self-portrait images, and that is basically the base of this page for me. It's a page about who I am and the one little word for 2013, which I decided will be strong. I love Ollie Edwards' idea of creating a word for every year, and I think it gives a little purpose, especially to the beginning of a new year that sometimes can be very daunting. When I put my page together that you will see in this next image, I wanted to create that chalkboard effect with the chalk, with some black and white images of me and some splashes of color like you can see in the Henri Matisse paintings. In deciding my products, I went with the Create Paper's on-trend paper. It's just so colorful like the Henri Matisse paintings. I also went with colorful embellishments like the brads from Amy Tan's sketchbook collection. They're just little splashes of color. I printed my pictures at home, and I created this cut file that I cut from the flashback paper from KI Memory that also reminds me of the blackboard and chalk. And you can download this cut file in the information part of this class. Some more embellishments from American Crafts and Heidi Swap, those little tags, and KI Memory's flashback sticker sheet that I'll also be using a couple of stickers from. This cut file's names will be in the information as well, so you can look them up on the Silhouette site. I just love the grungy frames, and I think they're about 1.5 by 2.5 inches big. The grungy frames that also you can find on the mood board. Next, we're going to paint our background. I'm using the chalkboard paint from Martha Stewart. And I'm just going to put a squirt on the middle of the page and just use, I probably could have used a bigger brush. But I like the fact that the paint doesn't dry very quickly. So you can spread it around quite nicely. And it dries, it takes a little while to dry, probably a good 10-20 minutes. So I'm just going to spread it around with an imaginary white border around it and try to make it as smooth as possible. The paint itself is not very chalky, it's actually very smooth and fun to work with. It feels like I'm doing an art class. So once that is dry, I'm going to go ahead and write on it, and I'm just going to show you an example of how the products that I use to write on it. And it's a pencil, it's like a pastel pencil that I sharpened with a craft knife, and you can see how it writes on the chalkboard paint. I'm turning the pencil so that it has traction, And the only negative about this is that you have to sharpen it a little. So maybe take a piece of paper and paint it with chalkboard on the side so that you can just sharpen your pencil on there and practice on it with on a different piece of paper so that you don't mess up your own page. So this is just a little piece that I painted to practice on, and it works wonderful. I love the whimsical feel of it, that it looks transparent. Right, now I'm going to assemble my page, and if you watch a lot of my work or videos, you'll see this is a process that I always use. And I learned that with digital scrapbooking is without adhering anything, I just place the pieces together. And then I can move it around if I don't like it until the feel is right. And then once that is done, I just go ahead and I adhere it all with glue gun or double-sided tape or whatever. So again, if you look at the mood board, you'll see that maybe I'm doing this too literally, but I wanted those small pictures. And that sugar pie honey bunch really inspired me to make the cut file that I did. And that's the feeling that I wanted to create. Those little pictures with the stay strong, you're worth it in the middle. Now I'm taking my white pencil and just lightly, I'm going to doodle on there a little. But also those lines I made was for my journaling that I want to do. And for that I'm going to take off everything off the page and quickly do my journaling. And there you go. I did my journaling, and now you can see I need to adhere everything. So I'm going to take double-sided tape because I want the Stay Strong, You're Worth It to pop off the page a little. And every year I take the first page of the year, which is usually about a page about me and my word for the year, and I put it in a little shadow box in my scrapbook room so that I can be reminded of it the whole year. Yeah, taking off those double-sided tape looks easier than it is. And I'm just using my hot glue gun for a quick, you see, and now to just go ahead and adhere those little things are super easy. With the brads, I don't like put brads through paper. So what I'll do is I'll fold in the brad part of it and just use hot glue, or if I can take it off I will, but those specific ones is hard. So I'll just fold in the little spiky legs, and then I'll just adhere it with a hot glue gun. So adhering the page is actually the easiest part of it all. I like to put it together and see how it works, and then once I'm happy I adhere it. Just adding a some little stickers from that flashback 12 by 12 inch sticker sheet. And I just trimmed a couple of inches, well not even inches, a couple of centimeters or half a centimeter of each page. This is a leftover piece of crepe paper. And you can see I'm going to mount my page just on pieces and get it flattened. And now I'm going to back it up. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I have to photograph it. It needs to be strong, otherwise it folds up on itself. So I'm going to distress the edges. And I'm just going to add this piece that is already used as a backing, so that when I take pictures of the page, it stands strong, see? Right. And now I'm going to distress the edges further and maybe just let it show the parts that of the pattern paper. And there you go. I just need to put the date stamp on. But you can see it's a relatively fun page to make and pain-free. Super fun and easy. I can't wait to see what you do. And Happy New Year.